So the rhetoric online is that you got to get you a rich dude, right? We have an idea of what rich, what wealthy looks like in terms of lavishness, but we don't see like most things. We don't see the in between steps, what it took to get there. We got a lady right here talking about her experience dating a rich dude. Get into it.
Get you a rich nigga, get you a rich nigga. Like, everybody's always talking about rich men and like getting you a rich nigga, but nobody ever talks about how rich niggas are not fun. Rich niggas are cheap as, like, ridiculously cheap. Like, I remember this.
I think it all depends on where you are in that journey. Like as a man, it depends where you are on that rich, wealthy scale. And I hate to break to some people, it depends on what value I see in you, right? The amount of money I'm willing to spend on experiences that are strictly for me versus you're tagging along, that may differ. If and especially in the beginning, I don't know you, right? Why do you get to take advantage of what it took for me to become wealthy? Why is there an expectation today that because I've done the right things and I've acquired this wealth, that because I've just met you and you have no real value to me, you're not, let's say value, value as a person, but you're not important to my life. Why do you immediately expect to be lavished upon? Why should you have that expectation? I have to determine whether or not you're worthy of these things. And I know today women don't want to hear that part of the conversation. You just expect to kind of just show up and become the most important person to me. Let it continue.
This one time I had went on a date with this guy who was a millionaire, software guru, tech god, whatever you want to call him. I don't know, but he was a millionaire. And his idea of a date was going to 7-Eleven and getting like a frozen. First of all, I didn't even know 7-Eleven sold frozen
Shout out to 7-Eleven.
pizzas. And secondly, I definitely didn't know that they will cook it for you. So he bought a frozen pizza from 7-Eleven, had them cook it, and he bought us two like um fruit punches from 7-Eleven. So while the lady is heating up the pizza, he's bringing it up and paying for everything. And do you know he's arguing with the lady, the cashier, because he's trying to make sure that the fruit punch drinks he bought were that he got the deal that they were actually two for 250 instead of charging him the full $3 for one freaking uh tropical punch or whatever. And I'm just like, what? Like, oh, like right then in that moment is when I knew that this could never be my life. Like, I could never do this every day. Like, nigga, you just pulled out a wad of cash and you're over here arguing with the cashier to make sure you save 50 damn cents.
Maybe that's how I get rich, right? Being frugal is how he did it. Right. So, to be fair, that's not really a great date. 7-Eleven, although shout out to 7-Eleven if you're in a pinch, they usually have what you need on the road on a long drive on those long drives. But yeah, it's a terrible date idea. But I think sometimes women don't realize that wealthy men will test you. They'll just test you, right? I thought the idea of a date was to get to know me. If you're just here for the money, and sometimes men, this is our fault. If you lead with money, you should expect to be tested on said money. But if we're talking about the purpose of dating a relationship, it's one more of character rather than one of how easy can you make my life. All right, if you want an easy life, you want a soft life, I have to see that you are worthy, right? Shout out to Thor's hammer, Millionaire, right? I've got to see that you're worthy of that first. I did not struggle, did not get it out the mud, did not sacrifice my time, energy, effort. I did not miss out on all the parties and all the trips that we took in the youth. All my guys taking trips here, there, there. And I said, no, I've got to study. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. Right. Always I deferred so much enjoyment to the point where now I can do those things easily, happily, frequently. But you now have to you have to be commiserate, you have to be worthy of that. And it's like these stories you hear about women saying, well, we can just get together and we can get to know each other in Cancun. Why? I can go to Cancun. All right, forgot the free time, let me go to Cancun. Can you get yourself to Cancun where we can know each other? No, you want me to basically pay for that, while we understand, right? While it's become ubiquitously known that women will take advantage of your wealth just because it's there. If you don't like me for who I am, why does the bank account open up to you? Yeah, this, let's play devil's advocate. Say this wasn't a test. This is how he lived. Yeah, sometimes just because you have money doesn't mean you're properly socially, you could be socially inept. You could be kind of awkward, and we see that a lot of people. If he was, an engineer, yeah, there's a stereotype of that. Give him time, give him grace. Better to build that type of man up, right? Who knew what he had to do to get the wealth. But yeah, maybe he's a work in progress in areas that where you're more refined. Stuff like this is a missed opportunity, right? If you value someone's money that high, then maybe you need to work with them or not. X them out because yeah, you may come. If the thought that you come across millionaires like that all the time, sure, I'll go for it. Right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.